So, anxiety has been a big part of my life since I was a kid. And the first real memory I have of having anxiety was when I was 8 years old. And I had to do a presentation on some famous person from the past that I liked a lot. I also was not very good in school, and I suffered a lot from just like distractions. Like I would always distract myself with something else. I would rather go out and play or play video games than do the schoolwork that had been assigned to me. And this was a really big thing for me growing up at the very least. I've learned to cope with it a lot better now, but growing up it was very hard. And I had to do this presentation, and I was so unbelievably anxious, not because I had to present it in front of the whole class, but because I had never looked up to anyone. And the last night of the project, it was due the next day. And basically, the project was we had to dress as this person, and then we had to go present like their story and whatnot. And I had no idea what I was going to do. So me being an 8-year old who had anxiety has a full-blown panic attack at the dinner table in front of everyone. And I wasn't eating, and I was frozen there staring off into space, basically about to burst into tears because I had a project due that I didn't know what I was going to do it for. This was really hard, and my dad saw this, and he instantly recognized that I was having a panic attack. So he brought me into my room, he sat me down on my bed, and he rubbed my back, and he tried to help me through it. He tried to tell me that everything was going to be okay, and that you know, he just wants to know what's going on, what's causing this, right? So I told him after I calmed down a little bit. It took about 5-10 minutes for me to calm down and a big crying session. And I told him, I said, Dad, I have a project due tomorrow and I don't know what I'm going to do it on. And he said, All right, what is the project about? I told him, and he said, All right, well, who do you idolize? And I said, Dad, I don't idolize anyone from the past. The only person I've ever idolized has been you and Patrick, who's my older brother. And he says, Okay, well, then why don't you do mine? I was like, Well, what's yours, Dad? He said, Babe Ruth. So he went out to Walmart. There was a 24/7 Walmart that was about 20-25 minutes away. He went out to the Walmart, bought me a random blank Red Sox jersey, even though the majority of Babe Ruth's years were spent at the Yankees. He bought me a random Red Sox jersey and some blue jeans. And I wore that, and he sat down with me until like 3 o'clock in the morning and wrote my entire presentation with me. And the next day, I went up and I presented it, and I got like a B. It wasn't the greatest thing ever, but I had done it at the very least. And that's like what really matters, isn't it? At least I like to think so. Anxiety has troubled me all my life, and it's only gotten worse as I've gotten older. I thought in the past year that I had overcome my anxiety, just overcame it from like, I don't know, like working on myself, I guess. And about 30 minutes before starting this video, I had my first panic attack in a year and a half. And I don't know how to handle that because I thought I had overcome it. I thought I had overcome the feeling of anxiety in my life, and it was just so blatantly stupid for me to think that. I was sitting here. I was talking to my partner on the phone. We were talking about something so stupid. He was hanging out with this guy that I knew, and I felt like I was being replaced. And I told him that, and he said, "Oh, it's no big deal." You know, he doesn't look at him like that, and I didn't really, obviously he doesn't look at him like that, and that was just like, that was my big thing. I felt like I was being replaced, and he was like, "No, don't worry, I love you," right? And I was like, "All right," and I I got off the phone about 10 minutes later, and I'm searching around for a game, and I can't find a game. So I go to Netflix and I find a movie. I turn on The Wedding Singer, and the opening song plays, "You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby." And I just uncontrollably cannot breathe. I'm frozen in place, and I don't know why. And I'm fucking crying. And that same feeling, the chills down my spine and the heavy breathing coming out of my mouth and the tears rolling down my face that I had when I was 8 years old, not being able to finish a project, came over me again. And I guess the reason I'm saying this is because it never really goes away. Nothing I will ever do will truly get rid of all my anxiety. I'm going to have it till the day that I die, whether I have the right medication, whether I have a perfect life, whether I have these things that make my life livable. I'm always going to be anxious about stupid shit. Because in the back of my mind, I knew there was nothing to worry about. But that little tick just always comes back. Just always comes back. And I can never get rid of it. And I guess I'll just have to deal with it. And I don't know how. But I'll figure that out. Thanks for watching.